So we managed just picked up our number. We're in the, what would you call this?
It's a big conference centre.
The conference centre. So
the XL.
So yeah, well,
is it possible to add my phone?
They've taken the show from me. They've stolen the show. So Eilidh, give us a wee rundown. How are you feeling marathon this weekend?
I'm excited now that we're here. I'm a wee bit nervous as well, but I'm really looking forward to it. Like even just being here, like this is pretty vibey. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, look at this though.
Let's get a pig one. Cozy.
So we get recommended by the taxi driver. We get dropped off at the XL Centre. And I went, what can we do? And he was like, well, rather than getting a taxi, get one of these over the other side. It's cheap. It was free, £6 each to get over the other side of the city. Come in.
You enjoying this?
No man, but I feel better because if it snapped now, we'd hit the water.
Market. It's a big market. It's fucking huge, isn't it?
I've got lost. I'm overwhelmed. Look at Dad holding the camera like this. So I'm taking this carb load really seriously as well, even though I'm not doing the event. Eilidh, how's the carb load going?
Excited. When we were in Malaga, all the guys were buzzing about the pick and mix. And I was like, pick and mix isn't my vibe, but this is my kind of pick and mix.
Eilidh, talk us through your wee stash of sweeties, your nutrition strategy.
So I've counted out that roughly I'll start taking carbs on every half an hour, but as I get deeper into the race, I know that I need to take them on sooner than every half an hour. My body just like goes through carbs a lot quicker the further, well, most people do the same, the further that you endure into the marathon. So I'm taking 10 servings of sweeties with me. So this is about 18 grams of carbs in these wee piles. I've worked out, I've done the maths from the back of the bag and how many's in them and counted them out, and I know that 2 double triple jelly babies is 20 G's of carbs.
So talk us through your pre-workout, Eilidh. What's your scram prior to the marathon?
I've had a bit of toast already. It's my second bit of toast, some jam. So getting the jam on, wee glass of orange juice, one of these just because I fancied it, and a banana for the start line.
Carbohydrates.
I didn't like 7:45, so we're going to leave here at 8 o'clock, get the train over to the start line, got to be there an hour before I start, so I start at 10:05. And yeah, how am I feeling? Well, me and Christian watched a vlog last night of a guy doing Manchester and he was like being sick during it and everything, and I was like, fuck man, I'm shitting myself again. He wasn't elite running, he did it in like 2.5 hours, but that's the one thing I just keep reminding myself of like how hard Manchester was last year. People keep saying to me, you'll smash it, it'll be easy, you'll breeze it. Like, I know it's going to fucking hurt. I'm hoping it's not going to hurt as much as last year.
It's a marathon.
But it is a marathon, it's going to be sore, like, regardless.
It doesn't matter if you're running it 6 hours or 3 hours, it's a marathon.
Getting nervous now.
That is Eilidh off. I can't go into the runners area, so I've just been ditched. She doesn't set off for another hour, so I'm going to go and get a wee session in now, go and get that squeezed in, and then I'm going to catch Eilidh at like kilometre 15. That is the plan anyway, but it's that big here. You can't even get into the area that they set off because it's that big. It is an absolute operation, by the way.
What's happening, guys? It's very, very windy here. It's freezing. I'm regretting not bringing a pair of joggies with me to wear. Just I'm waiting, but literally just waiting to go. Feeling quite nervous right now, especially just being by myself. I think that makes it more nerve-wracking. I'd made a friend, but turns out she was in a different wave from me, so she's away, so I'm just here freezing, waiting to go.
I don't know if I'm meant to be in here, but I put in the gym group directions and we're obviously at Greenwich Park. It's Greenwich. I'm here right now, but nobody else seems to be in here. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's locked. Oh my god. I just walked all the way around here, man. I knew I wasn't meant to be in here, it's all locked off. Wow, man. What a view when you're running. So I'm just out of the gym right there. I actually cut the session short because I could, obviously you could see how close I was and I was looking on the map. I was like, I'm going to be able to see Eilidh, so I jumped out and I just couldn't see her. Anyway, my phone, I'm recording this right now, my data's not working on my phone, the map isn't working, so I'm going to just have to ask people how to get to the 21k mark, and fingers crossed that's where I'm next going to try and find her. Showing up that she was at 9.2 miles, so I was like, right, I'll make it there in time. And I just phoned Eilidh's mum, she's like, yeah, she's showing up at 12.5 miles, and I was like, what? So obviously, just with the amount of people here, the app isn't working properly, so I'm just going to go right till at mile 15 and mile 18. So Eilidh should be coming soon. I've got no idea where we are right now. I think this is Canary Wharf. There's somebody in a wheelchair and a costume man. Absolute savage. Having a wee celebratory drink. What you got there, really?
Cocktail of passion fruit Collins, vodka, Aperol, passion fruit vanilla, and soda.
Give a wee sip. That's what Eilidh does. She drinks them like blackcurrant when she gets them, man. Come on.
That's nice. You'll notice that we're back in my office. We're not in London anymore. I did actually record a race rundown straight after the end of the race at the finish line, but I was obviously so in the moment, I was so buzzing that I've accidentally recorded it on, like, I don't know if it was ×5 or ×10 or something, but it's in super duper speed. So I'm back here now that we're back home, we're in Scotland, to give you just a wee update in the race. So that was honestly amazing. Like, what an experience. And I went into this race being a little bit nervous from my experience from Manchester last year. When I ran Manchester, I ran so hard, like I pushed my heart rate up so stupid. My heart rate was like 200 for a good part of the run last year, that off the back end of it, it took me so long to recover. I was in pain. I cried from about 30k and I ended up with a really upset stomach. It wasn't a nice experience at all. When I actually finished Manchester, I swore that I would never run another marathon again. And then I realised that my time had actually qualified me for the Good for Age for London, and I was a bit like, how many people apply for the ballot and never get into London? This is such a good opportunity that I need to do it. And do you know what? I'm actually so glad that I did, because that whole run from start to finish was just insane. Like, honestly, it was such a good day, and I think it was just my day. Like, obviously, I haven't actually did a lot of marathon specific training. I didn't actually do the appropriate volume for what would be classified as a good performance in a marathon, because me and Kirsten have been training for Hyrox World Championships, which are in 6 weeks time. So the marathon wasn't my main focus, but at the same time, like, I have did a hell of a lot of work on endurance. Like, since October, I have pretty much not stopped. I've been working really hard on my running for Hyrox, and it just goes to show that when you are training like a hybrid, the work that you're putting into that, like, it really does pay off in other areas as well. And the main thing that was different this year is that I went into this marathon and I actually stuck to the plan. I monitored my heart rate the whole time. I really stuck with my paces. We went for a negative split at the end where I pushed things up a wee bit faster towards the end, and actually, like, I still had a wee bit more in the tank because I wanted to be recovered coming into this week so that I could get straight back to training for Hyrox. I didn't want to be like a cripple the way that I was last year. So, like, that was a massive lesson for me as well, that actually, like, when you stick to the plan, the thing that I would tell all of our clients to do, it actually does work and it pays off. And, like, this week, like, I woke up on Monday, my legs were a little bit sore. I felt like I'd done a few leg extensions in the gym. By Tuesday, so 2 days after, I was absolutely fine. I was back in the gym and I was running. I was deadlifting 1.5 times my body weight for 8 reps. Like, it's honestly been such a good week, and the whole marathon was just a good experience from start to finish. As I was running, I kept thinking to myself, right, when is this pain going to kick in? Because I knew how bad it was last year, and you know what? It didn't, like, being 110% honest. So I think the biggest thing to learn from this is, like, I shaved 8 minutes off of my time. I came off the back end of the London Marathon having had a fucking amazing day. I was buzzing. We've actually booked a 50k ultra after me and Christian, after me finishing that, and I said to Christian, I think that I want to do an ultra, and straight away Big Romeo booked as an ultra to do in July. The lesson to be learned from all of this is that you can't actually tarnish an experience based on a poor experience that you've had in the past, particularly if that poor experience has only been one time. And this is something that we see a lot with people actually like coming into maybe like fitness journeys, getting into running, like getting into a body transformations, that maybe if they've had a poor experience in the past that hasn't went to plan, maybe, I don't know, something's came up along the way, whatever it is, you have to be able to actually take a wee step back and be like, right, okay, well, what kind of mindset was I going into that experience? How much did I actually follow the plan? What was the guidance that I had, the support that I had? Like, did you have any help and support at the time? What was your just perspective and views like on the situation? What kind of mindset were you in? There's so many things that come into play, and actually just being able to take ownership and be like, right, okay, well, what part did you actually have to play in that past poor experience? And that was the thing for me, in that past poor experience that I had from Manchester Marathon. It was hard because I went out and I didn't stick to the plan. So yeah, I am fucking buzzing. We did it in 3 hours and 20 minutes and 58 seconds. My average heart rate was 154 throughout the run, which is fucking insane. I finished on I think it was like a 4:15 on my last kilometre. Really just picked up the pace and kicked out the arse out of it for the last couple of k. But overall, like, I am feeling really, really good. I am chuffed to bits with the result, and I just cannot believe how much of a different race that was.